How's it going, everybody? It's your host, Sadhu Navanitha, here with another Conversations with Cinephile. Today, I want to talk about SAG Awards, Critics' Choice Awards, Golden Globes, all of them nominations. Those lists dropped this week, and there's some pretty interesting things. I think SAG, or maybe Critics' Choice, Taron Egerton was recognized for Best Actor in Rocket Man, which I truly believe he deserves, because Taron Egerton is my Eggsy, and he is a good actor, and I loved him in Kingsman. I loved him in Eddie the Eagle. He is a good freaking guy. So I really think when he did Elton John, he was amazing. Like he became Elton John. He sang really good too. All around great performance. So I was so happy that he actually was recognized for his really amazing work. Now, I think Robert De Niro was actually snubbed for that. And, okay, wow. The car in front of me actually has a Michael Myers. They have two Michael Myers stickers on their rear windshield, which, like when it comes to Michael Myers, I think one is enough. Like we know you like Halloween. We know you're into that movie if you have a sticker on your car, you know. But you have two of them. That's I don't know. Maybe you're a serial killer. It's maybe that's what that means. Anyways, SAG Awards, all those awards. I want to talk about I want to take a deep dive into my issues with award ceremonies. So let's get to it. I'm Sadhu, and this is the screening. So, when we talk about awards, we talk about the Oscars, Golden Globes, SAG Awards, Critics' Choice Awards. That's generally it. Those are the most televised, most talked about awards. Voters for the Academy, the Oscars, they are probably, there's a couple thousand of them. For the Hollywood Foreign Press, which are the voters for Golden Globes, it's about 100 or so. 100, maybe 200, not that very many. It's not very diverse, and, it's very much the Hollywood Foreign Press's show when you talk about Golden Globes. And SAG Awards, it's Screen Actors Guild Awards, so it's made up of all actors, and they primarily just do acting awards. So for the best performances this year, I would probably gravitate towards what the SAG Awards would really think as the best performances. And then Critics' Choice Awards, obviously a lot of critics make up that the voting base for that. So, when you take all of those different perspectives, I feel like you can get a well-rounded approach, and you can think about who might win these awards, and also who should win these awards. I like you. We all have our own things where we like to be part of the whole. We like to be part of the bandwagon. We like to be part of a group, a team, and us, you know. So I like watching. I don't watch sports. I sometimes I would watch the Olympics. Sometimes I would watch the U.S. Open or Wimbledon or anything like that, because I love tennis. Tennis is like a high stakes game. And it always keeps you on your toes when I watch it, because every point could go differently. It's super suspenseful for me. Soccer, football, a lot of these games where it's just a bunch of people with one ball, it's kind of boring for me. Baseball, maybe. I feel like I have a very backwards approach of team sports and what I think is interesting. I just can't get behind a bunch of people around a ball. It just seems kind of dumb to me. If it's like two people playing a game like against one another, like between us, like there's a winner and a loser, you know. Like for a team, it's just like, you know, all these people could have like done terrible jobs, all these people could have done really well jobs. Like it becomes really muddled, you know, when it gets to that extent. Now, team sports like the Super Bowl, it's a big event, you know. That's what I think of when I think of the Oscars or the Golden Globes. It's like me, like movie fans, we're doing our version of the Super Bowl. Like all the like best players and all the like best teams, the best actors from the best movies, and like the directors and the writers, they all come here and we all join and we recognize. Maybe it's just like another awards show for like football then, but I think of it as the Super Bowl in terms of like cheering for the team or the actors you want to win, and then like becoming extremely bitter and like partial, like a little bit depressed over like the ones you wanted to win, but they got snubbed. Or what's even worse is the ones that you wanted to win did not even get nominated. That's like a tear in my heart, you know, to quote 21 Pilots. It's crazy. So like I really notice it in like stuff that like you think deserves so much acclaim and praise. Like, hey, last year, Hereditary, amazing performance by Toni Collette. I've said this before. She didn't even get nominated, and I know that's because she didn't campaign for it, because A24, one, they didn't make a lot of money. They didn't have that much money in the budget for the movie, and they just didn't have a budget to like campaign for Toni Collette to get an award. She's like, I think she's been nominated for an Academy Award, or maybe she's won, because I think it was for The Sixth Sense. So she's been acting like since way before then, you know. She's been acting for years and years, and she gave an amazing performance in Hereditary. Truly, like, she's scary, she's heartbreaking, she's like emotional, and like everything. So many facets to that information. Like, she's trying to be a mother. She's also trying to, like, be a daughter. And, like, a grieving daughter. And, like, a grieving, even, I would say, sister. And, sister and daughter, yeah. Like, there's so many facets to her performance. So, and the emotion that her character goes through, it's like you could say it's over the top, and in some regards it might have to be, because it's so realistic that it kind of breaks the fourth wall, because it's like a dysfunctional, awkward family situation that, like, there's one dinner scene. If you've seen Hereditary, you know what I'm talking about. When she has a moment, it's incredible. And that's one of those things that, like, it breaks you out of your seat at the theater, or like your seat in your living room or wherever you watch the movie, because you, like, every single person has like gone through that kind of an experience where somebody is just yelling at them and calling them out on their bullshit, and they are completely right, but the other person is like extremely angry and extremely incensed. So like, wow, like we've all been through that, but I've not quite experienced that kind of a performance, that kind of a, like, almost victimization of the other character in a movie before. And it really makes you feel something. One, you feel sorry for the other character. Then you also feel sorry for her because the other character has kind of disrespected her. Then you also, like, feel kind of weird and dirty and mixed up yourself because you've been in that same situation, either as the person calling the other person out or as the person being on the receiving end of that. So there's so many things there. And that's what makes a great performance, because like you don't like just look at it through one perspective and like, hey, it's great because of this. It's great because of a bunch of different things. So like when something like that doesn't get recognized, it's like, oh, okay. So you're telling me that like all of these other performances this year like also had different facets to them? And that's the thing about movies. All right, everybody interprets and sees like a movie in their own way, so they can see so many different things that another person just could see one or two things, you know. And also, like, the movie didn't get, like, I'm pretty sure it didn't get campaigned for anything really. So in that regard, like, I don't think many of the like Academy voters or Golden Globe voters even saw the movie. Because some of them, they'll not even see the movie that they're voting for. Like, there's so many people who are, like, fans who will, like, vote for a movie, who will see all these movies so they can, like, vote for them and give their honest opinion because they are getting recognized. But then there's people in the voting base themselves who will not see a movie that they are being, like, paid to vote for. And that's like the most grossly incompetent, and that's like one of the things that really grinds my gears and pisses me off about this entire thing, entire system. Because like, one, there's always going to be people who try to take the path of least resistance, and we've all done that before. And some people, like, they're in a place where it would be best if they didn't take the path of the least resistance, or like, it's not that hard to watch all of those movies, especially when you have people giving you like iPads to watch your movie on, or people taking you out to private screenings, people like giving you dinner and a movie to go watch their movie. They're doing so many things. They're like, they spent all this money and time and effort to make this amazing piece of art, and now they are literally paying you hand over foot to go see it. And some of you won't even go see it, even when they do all that, to watch a movie, for Christ's sake, right? Like that's one of the things that really grinds my gears about this whole Academy voting system. It's like, you know, like, you're really an actor, you know, like you're a movie star, you know, like, you can be like an asshole like a movie star. And that's like taking advantage of things that you shouldn't, like, that you can take advantage of. And like, obviously you shouldn't take advantage of things, but just because you can certainly doesn't mean you should. And you know, it's sad, but like, not everybody's perfect, and you know, sometimes it's hard, and that's totally understandable. That doesn't make it any less annoying when things like this happen. You know, like, and I don't think it's just one person who just like didn't go see a movie that they were like voting for. Because, okay, like, there are a lot of consequences to not getting an Academy Award. One, it's a lot of time and money wasted on that studio's part. They put a lot of money, time, effort, resources into getting this movie out there, getting people to go see it, like, in the theaters itself. And then, like, they have to do that, like, bend over backwards for these, like, entitled, I'll say, pricks of the Academy voting base, because they just couldn't get their ass up to go see a movie, or like just didn't want to, or like, people said this about Joker. You know, members of the Academy voting base who, like, they probably know they'll be voting for that movie, like, months before the movie even came out, or like even they were allowed to see the movie or something, just decided, I'm not going to see this movie. So it's like that kind of like selfishness, that kind of like closed-mindedness, like when you close yourself off to like any different perspective or new perspective, then like it's that kind of a person that like doesn't deserve to like be on a voting base like that. You know, like whatever other qualifications you might have, like movies are, and like the whole industry is about new ideas and like new perspectives and showing other people a different perspective. And like the best way to like do that is to show somebody, you know, like telling them, like that's one thing, but like literally showing them. You're showing and telling, right? With movies. So yeah, like I feel like there really is no other art form that can really put forth and really communicate to others the travails of the human condition as movies. And that's probably like that as highbrow as I'll really get. I try to keep things pretty in layman's terms. Just wow. Like there's corrupt people and like there's corrupt people like everywhere. So shouldn't be surprised with these things, but you shouldn't also just be okay with them. So yeah, like Golden Globes, they'll like, and like the Golden Globes and the Oscars, I don't care that much about, I guess. Not like that much. And then like Critics' Choice Awards and SAG Awards, they're a little bit more contained. Like it's mainly the critics doing those, and then the Screen Actors Guild, like, and the actors doing that. So you can like, if you're just thinking about like the best, I mean, hell, even the Writers Guild Awards, you can like look at what they think is the best screenplay, what they think is the best acting, best actors this year, and then like make your judgment based on those too, because those are people who are probably looking for a certain like something, or probably looking for like something that they value in like their own performances, in their own creativity, in their own writing and art, you know. So when you have something like that, I feel like it's a little bit more balanced. It's a little bit more understandable. It might even be a little bit more fair, you know. So you know, that's pretty much it for this little podcast. Let me know what you guys think. What you think about these awards, of the nominations that have come out so far. What do you think are snubs? What do you think didn't even get nominated or didn't even get recognized? Anything like that. Who you saw got recognized, who you didn't think should have, and then who you didn't see get recognized, who you definitely think should have. There's all both sides of the coin there. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video, podcast, whatever I do.